Alright, good morning everybody. Today I'm doing a video talking about the piracy skill tree. Right here you see I got a level 151 soldier of the dam chasing me around. I wanted to go ahead and showcase. Right now, obviously I have God mode and stuff on, so it ain't really no big deal if he hits me. Piracy skill tree. We'll go over the basics and secrets in a second. Right now I'm kind of showcasing knowledge of the old ones, which I believe at full, yes, extra 60% damage. Now right here, level 151, pretty spooky guy, right? Let's wait for him to put his shield down, because the shield will block any and all projectiles. Took about 20 damage. The knowledge of the old is, in my opinion, a very good feat to have if you are going after, the warriors of the damned for hunting for treasure. This is obviously a Golden Age ruins island, so you're going to see him here. It'll be good for when you're hunting down ships of the damned. So overall, a very strong and effective perk. I'll go over a couple numbers right now actually. So without the perk from the piracy skill line, when you are fighting the damned, it is on the wiki that in a recent patch, or I don't know how recent it was, but in the most recent patch affecting them, firearms, melee weapons, and tames are the only things that do damage to them. So you are just out of luck if you are trying to use bows, arbalists, not even grenades seem to do anything to them. It's just the revolver, even though I tested out the revolver and I couldn't get it to do any damage. I don't know if that was a bug or something, but it just wasn't doing anything. The throwing knife, only the melee works, does about 23 without any of the perks. Carbine, these numbers are based off of fighting the big guy. The carbine does approximately 17 damage. Pistol does about 12. Shotgun, I kind of had to guesstimate it, but it did roughly 27 damage. Each pellet does 3, and I don't know how many pellets it shoots, but based on what I could count just for the brief moment that popped up, it was about 27 damage. The spear melee does about 23 damage. Pike does 34. Mace is 60. And then here, sword does about 48 at base, and then 76 after all the buffs. Shield bash does not work, so if you're going into the fight and you're using a shield, just use it to block the attacks. In my opinion, a great way to go ahead and deal with the army of the damned is to have one person all kitted out in heavy armor, sword and shield. He can kind of go in, try to get as much aggro as he can, while the other person runs around with the big old mace and just does all their big AoE attacks and just demolishes everybody. Alright everybody, today is a grim and gruesome day. Today we're going over the piracy tree. Now earlier in the video we went ahead and showed off the knowledge of the old. Pretty simple skill. So let's go ahead and move on to the first two. Basics of piracy gives you the blackjack, the handcuffs, a hanging noose, a grappling gun, a grappling hook, and the flare gun. Blackjack and handcuffs, pretty self-explanatory. You get this little doohickey here, you can knock people out with it. Now, this is one of the things we got here. There's a wooden cage, comes from the secrets. And we got our willing participant here, one-legged Sioux Senior. So this is the basic attack. As you'll see, it says able to strike. So if you hold Y and then left trigger, you do a big ol' overhead and then just clock them over the head. 150 torpor. They're pretty much done immediately right after that. So that's the blackjack. Just beating people needlessly. Oh, goes our poor little crewmate, Lazy Goldfish, the ghost. The next tool is the beautiful grappling hook, which is an amazing way for traversing or scaling up walls. You just throw it up there, and then you right trigger to climb up. Pretty simple, right? If you go ahead and... So white means you miss, like that. Yellow means you're hitting something. Like right there's going to miss. Yep, because it's white. Yellow means you're going to hit something. Then you swing down, right trigger to pull yourself up. Kind of gets tricky when it's this kind of a situation. But, so right there for example, if you don't make it to all the way up on the side of something, it'll kind of boost you up once you get to the top. You can also use it to rappel down walls. Hit right there and the left trigger, and you go down fine. And you hit down the right thumbstick to disconnect it. Now, as my beautiful assistant over here will showcase, you can also use it to grab teammates and presumably allies. You can just drag them towards you. Just like that. Alright, it's pretty simple but very versatile weapon. You can use it for a whole bunch of different things. The flare gun. Middle of the day, so might not show too much, but goes pretty darn high up in the sky, as you see right there. And gives a nice little firework effect. And then it'll start slowly floating back down. So if you need to show people a location, there you go. It is a one-time use, but quite useful. I'll go over the shovel in a moment. Handcuffs, you knock a target out, you put it in their inventory, and it just prevents them from being able to interact with stuff. I would showcase it, however we've had an issue where whenever I try to knock out little miss right here, and then as you can see, as she gets knocked unconscious, she kind of sort of just goes invisible. So I would love to show you guys the handcuffs, but they're not working right there, and I don't think I can put them on an NPC. However, we'll go ahead and try that right now, because hopefully I'm wrong. So yep, went ahead and tried that. Wasn't working, so I sadly cannot showcase the handcuffs right now, but I promise, from what I know, they work. Now that is the items from the basics piracy. Blackjack, handcuffs, hanging noose. We'll go ahead and show that. This little gruesome display is our executioner's dock platform. So yeah, I went ahead and made it like this. You attach it to a ceiling, it'll come down and it'll be able to lower it or raise it. So like right now it's at lower, but if we close this, it'll let us raise it up. And then you can go ahead and attach an unconscious person to it or put yourself on it, because, you know, you're sadistic that way. However, whatever dies in either the noose or the guillotine, not sure if it does it with the gibbet, but these two I know will reduce your total XP by 10%. So if you're executing someone this way, you're doing more than just killing them, making them reset. You're actually like setting them back in terms of XP. We're going to lower him down. Then we'll go ahead and look. We're going to look into the secrets of piracy. We already showed you the cage. Pretty simple. You just put a person in it. However, you also see the gibbet, which acts as a cage, but it's a hanging cage, and the guillotine. So right here, for example, put someone in there. You can lower and raise it, same as the noose. Attaches to a ceiling and just suspends them off the ground. These will both eventually turn into skeletons for decorative purposes. Over here is the guillotine. As you can see, you put a guy in there and you chop his head off. And I'm pretty sure if I go into first person here, I should be able to... I know there's a way to grab his head. I don't remember. Access inventory. Can't grab it there. I know there's a way to grab the head though, because I know that's something you can take and you can use as a decoration. I might not just be able to do it because that's my head. But so those showed off. The last part in the secrets of piracy is our diving attachment. So go ahead and show that off, and then kind of explain the diving skill that is supposed to match with it. Alright, so as we go ahead and bring our boat to a stop, you will see I'm currently on a sloop, and you can attach up to two of these things on it. They need oil to operate. That comes in any form, you know, fish oil, other oil. But you go ahead and put oil into it. You just walk up to it and you equip the diving suit. Comes with it. You don't got to do any other type of building. And then you just drop into the water. And then bounce back up, apparently. Alright. But as you are diving, you will notice in the bottom right, there's a small square with a timer on it. as you descend further into the water, it will rapidly go down, and then when you kind of stop, it won't be going down as fast, but below that you'll see there's a rate. This rate will increase how fast it goes. So if it's at rate 4, for example, when you're at very deep water, a minute will not actually be a minute. It'll be probably around 30 seconds. So definitely make sure to watch out for that, because when that time runs out, your diving suit disappears. So not only does the diving suit allow you to get to the bottom of the ocean without having to worry about your water or anything, it also makes animals like sharks and anglerfish and eels and all types of nasty stuff that likes to hang out here at the bottom of the ocean, and makes them all ignore you, so you don't got to worry about them trying to interfere with you on your treasure hunting journeys. Another things to note, it does slow down your overall swimming speed, so it works pretty well with the extra swimming speed perk from the survivalism tree. Now, however, the pirates do have a special tree called diver. This diver increases the capabilities of the diving suit and diving suit structure, reducing their durability loss and enhancing oxygen supply. Now, as for the durability, I believe that is for the diving attachment itself. So when it's on your boat, it will take less damage. Because while you are wearing the suit, you cannot wear any armor, but it also does not provide any armor. So the durability, I don't believe, affects the actual suit itself, because that just wouldn't make any sense to me. And then obviously increases overall time, and you can see in the bottom right there, we're at 51 now. Put a point in, now we're at 58. So it will increase how long you can be underwater with the suit, and then I believe increases the durability of the actual attachment on the boat, so that if you're getting into some pretty nasty fights, it's less likely that it'll be destroyed, or like if you're underwater, there's less of a chance of you getting screwed over. And then a perfect example right here, look at that, just swimming with our best friend hammerhead shark over here, and he doesn't care about us. He's not worrying about us. He's going about his day. We got the suit on. He can't smell us, so it's all good. Now, as you can see, I am swimming significantly slower than normal. My weight is at pretty much 0. You'll see here even just the climbing, and then overall walking speed is reduced. This is sprinting right now. But then you just walk over to the dock, press Y, unequip it, and you're good. So that is the diving suit, and the diving suit skill tree. Alright, and here we are back, met by the darkness. We're going to go ahead and look around, shoveling for junk in the sand, because, and other than like worms and water, yeah, so right here we got some water going, grab some potatoes, some earthworms, some jute, got a 600 water spout. Go ahead and drink on some of that. See if we can find, trying to see if we can just get like just a regular just dig spot just to like grab some like those rando resources like right here. I think, yep, got 3 twigs. Alright, 3 jute, more jute, so not a whole lot, right? And then you kind of go into Piracy and you see this shoveler tree, and you see up to advanced shoveler. That was 20, 20, 20. So increase resources you're gaining by 60. Let's go ahead and grab that. Now let's see what we're getting. Alright, got 8 potatoes. Another, what was that, 4 potatoes. Another potato, just 1 this time. Got 2 potatoes, probably just another 1. Another like 6 potatoes. 1 jute. 4, so like look. Is not a lot. You're not getting anything. According to the wiki, the official Atlas wiki, it does not increase the gold you get from treasure chests when you're digging for treasure. I even tested it myself. I did not notice an increase. I didn't even notice an increase in the blueprints or the blueprints quality. So overall, sadly, seems like a pretty big waste of points. Only reason you'd really get it is if you're trying to get what's yours is mine, or if you're trying to get drop the gauntlet, which that's what you're going for, then you don't really get a choice. I do hope they kind of change that in the future. It doesn't necessarily have to even be increasing the gold you get from treasure chests. It could just be that you can actually get like important resources from wherever you're at. Like say you're not in an area that has gems and you upgrade that and you have an opportunity to get gems now, you know. Or maybe it'll be that, you know, every once in a while you actually just dig up a blueprint or a map, so instead of looking for it on land. But for now, pretty useless perk. Next we're going to go ahead and talk about the advanced plunder. Damn, should have done that. We're going to have to cut that out. Alright, so here we're going to go ahead and show the salvaging perk, or I believe it's called the plunder perk. Yes, plunder. So how this works is, in the case you oh so clumsily manage to get your way over to scuttle ship and quote-unquote accidentally sink it, or in the much more likely situation that your boat is sunk or you have sunk someone else's boat, the plunder perk go ahead and gives you the opportunity to come hang out with the ships down in the deep and get more resources from them. This is actually quite a nice perk because your ships and other ships will be getting sunk a lot. So the opportunity to just dive down to the ocean and get a bunch of free resources is nice. So a small wood plank, 31, 29, 24. Right here, another small wood plank, 31, 29, 24. Now if we go ahead and let's say for example we don't want to invest 13 points, right? Because I think with a lot of these it is nice to just get a second one, 5 points. Now we are getting, nope, that is the wrong one, small wood plank. Now we are getting 41, 38, 31. Now you gotta think, once you've gone through all these planks and broke everything down, you're getting a lot of resources back. It is a surprisingly useful perk just because it just helps with the grind. You know, you're going to spend a lot of time gathering resources to build ships, and then it really, really hurts when they get sunk and you feel like you've just lost it all. When in reality, you can go ahead and build one of these little sloops, super cheap to make, get one of those diving attachments, get some oil, or just start diving down to the bottom of the ocean wherever the ship is and start gathering the resources. It's going to be a lot faster than going out swinging your hatchet, just gathering whatever you can. Now if you decide to go ahead and grab the third one, which may be worth it because it's an extra 15%, you know, it's pretty nice. That is a total of what I believe, that's what, 45% overall, 45% extra resources. Let's see, small wood plank, now we're at 46, 42, 35, so it's nice. Quick tip for salvaging any and all ships: first thing you want to do before you even touch the planks, see if there's anything on top, destroy those first. Because if you go ahead and destroy all the wooden planks and end up destroying a deck on accident, it's just going to destroy everything that was above it and you're not going to get anything for it. So if you really want to get the absolute max of everything, make sure to check their inventory, grab what they got, and then destroy all the attachments up top. And then once everything is gone, that's including any ceilings that may be in there. So like right here you see ceilings. Let's see, for example, there's ceilings here. That's a square ceiling. This is the small wood ship deck. Everything's gone. I didn't get any of the resources for any of the ceilings that were lining the middle of this. So there's a quick tip for using that. A surprisingly useful perk in my opinion, because I did not think much of it at first until I started playing the game and started losing ships. So that is the plundering perk. Alright, and here we are. Now this one you're gonna have to use your imagination a little bit. So imagine if I had a map, this is where the red beam was. Alright, because it was. I just don't have the map anymore, sadly. Look at that shipwreck. But you'll just have to believe me that the beam of red light was right here in the city. Alright, now I have some signs set up over here somewhere, and these signs are put down to represent the different ranges at which you can see that red beam. Here's one, and we're flying right now. So this is without any perk, right? So you can see it's a pretty good distance from the two. That's our little sign down there. That's the city. Now if we're looking at the map, go ahead and zoom in. You'll see over by where it says sloop, that's around where the city is, a little bit further out. But on the land right in front of it, where it looks like some rocks, that's about the distance right there. And that's without any of the eagle eye perk, which is what we're discussing right now. With 1 point into the perk, this is how much further distance you get. As you can see the sign over there. Right here is the second one. That's all the extra distance you get. As you can see, we're getting pretty far now. And the last sign is right here. So once you have placed all your points into that feat or into that perk line, and you get the third tier, right where that pig is where the sign is. And that's where the city is. And you can see on the map we've actually traveled a considerable distance. So having that third tier does give you quite a considerable range difference, considering that's the sign way over there, like right at the tip of my finger. You can see that's a good extra distance, right? Now the only time I would say this skill in particular comes in handy is when you're kind of struggling to read the map and figure out where exactly it is you're going. It's also nice because if you know the island you're going to, you can kind of land on the island and then pretty much get to the center of it, and you're going to be able to see it. Like as long as you're on the right coast, you could be a good distance away and you're going to be able to see that red beam. However, other than that, can't really recommend it. I don't think it's that great. However, you get the prying eyes feat, which, when activated for a short duration, you're able to view the contents of any container without being able to add or remove items, and you don't need to be in the same team as the container owner. This is another feat that I sadly cannot showcase for you guys because anybody that joins my dedicated is forced into my tribe, so then everything becomes a part of mine. They become my containers. However, it seems pretty self-explanatory. You get to look into a chest, you get to see what's in it. It doesn't last very long. I can go ahead and showcase that. So they're activated. You see it's about 8 seconds. You're running around, you're looking in boxes, seeing what's in everything. It's just like, ooh, what's in here? Nothing. But then it ends, and then it's gone for about 1 minute and 30 seconds. So it's not a very long cooldown either. So from the applications I can think of, it is valuable in the sense that you will not be wasting time just breaking storage boxes, looking or getting useless stuff. So you're not breaking open someone's storage box and just getting a bunch of wood, fiber, and thatch. You can kind of look for, that was weird. You can kind of look for the chest you're looking for that has all the valuables, and then spend your resources breaking it open. So it kind of helps you be a little bit more resource efficient, I guess, when you're raiding someone's base. Other than that, I think it's more of kind of a niche gimmick perk, but I could definitely see its uses in PvP when you're raiding. Now, the last but not least, we have the stout liver tree, which if you've ever read it and kind of wondered what the hell is the point, I don't get it, I feel you. I was in the same boat. You go ahead and grab it. You get 120% overall extra nutrients from alcohol, which means you are getting, see a little purple arrow? Means you're getting more vitamins from it, which means drinking alcohol now becomes healthy. Now we'll go ahead and take a quick zoom over here because I knew there's a little piggy. Go ahead and set us to walk, and we'll drop down. And they'll kind of just have some fun beating up the pig. Now let's go ahead and punch him real quick. Did 12 damage. He's doing 6 to us, right? Go ahead and drink some alcohol. What are you doing now? Now he's doing 5 damage to us. Now we're doing 12 with 20 torpor. I actually don't think that increased our damage by that much. Go ahead and drink some more. Now we're only taking 4. Now we're only taking 3. Now we're only taking, up to 3. But now we're gonna die. Now we're doing 16 damage per swing. However, as you can see, it is very hard to stay on target. So, drinking alcohol messes with your vision. Makes you loop around, look all weird looking, and makes it really hard to aim stuff. That's assuming you're, taking back a couple shots constantly. That will wear off while the buffs of the alcohol are still active. Now, the buffs of the alcohol is they increase the damage you do, which I'm pretty sure is just the melee damage you're doing. It reduces the damage you are taking, and as you saw, the more drunk you got, the less damage you took. However, it stops health regeneration, which is, in my opinion, what is the worst thing about it. Now, we go ahead and go on here, grab us some more grog. As we drink, you'll see on the right side of the screen, it ups our vitamins. Didn't stay up there for very long, as you saw. You go ahead and read this. Oh, also makes it so you don't take as bad of effect from being hungry or cold, which is cool. Alright, let's go ahead, look in the skills. Stout liver, we're going to grab the last one. 10 points. And now drinking alcohol is healthy. As you can see, the trees are, there's way more. Oh, look at that. You see that? Yeah, see, it messes with you. Go ahead and drink some more. As you can see, now our vitamins are going up pretty high. That purple one, look at that. Drink a whole bunch of alcohol. My thumbstick is not, I'm not touching my thumbstick. We just did a full 180. Another one, look at that. Just everywhere. Look at that. He is all over the place. But look at our vitamins. Our vitamins are pretty high now. Or at least the purple one's pretty high now. So that's what that tree does. It, to my knowledge, does not increase how much damage you do, how much reduced damage you're taking. Again, just kind of a gimmick, flavor of life kind of perk. It's funny. It's fun. You can survive off of alcohol with this perk. But in terms of actual practical uses, I don't see one. But hey, that's just me. By all means, don't let my opinion and what I think stop you. Alright. So, as you can see, we've changed sceneries. And I wanted to go ahead. I had to put a little bit of extra research into this drop the gauntlet skill. So, it seems in a normal circumstance, if you are wanting to take over one of the claimable islands in PvP, you need to buy a token that allows you to declare war on them, so you even have the opportunity to do so. Now, it would seem that this skill just allows you to declare war freely on them. So, as a pirate, you're just going around dropping the gauntlet, declaring war on people. So that's what this seems to be. Now, it doesn't even look like it gives you the actual feat, funny enough. Now, I wonder if that is something you would have to go to them, maybe? Is that a craftable thing? Give skills. Settlement War Declaration. Let's see this here. Set. Our craftable Settlement War Declaration. Allows you to declare war on a settled island, overriding its natural combat time. Put this on your item bar and drag it into a settled island on the Atlas Map UI to use it. Well, there we go. Turns out all I need to do is read it. So, alright. I don't know if there's another type of way to do it other than just attacking during their time and then showing up on their island during their wartime. However, this is very expensive, because that means it takes 1500 crystal. You need 3 different types of them, 3 different types of gems, 500 each, and then you also need 40,000 gold. So it looks like what this does, though, is it just overrides their natural combat time, so you're not limited to whatever the time period they allow for PvP on their island. It allows you to just show up and just wreck shop whenever you want, however long you want, which may be great because if it's during time of peace, they may not be expecting it. So seems like that's what that is. That is ridiculously expensive. Holy cannoli. Do we just craft that in our inventory, I wonder? Let's see, is that... Did it right there. Alright, interesting. So yeah, that's what the drop the gauntlet is. Let's go ahead and look at the other one. What's yours is mine. The player who activates this feat performs a feat of supreme piracy. The player who activates this performs a feat of supreme piracy, allowing them to greatly accelerate the rate at which ship claim flags count down. Now I want to go ahead and test if I can unclaim the ship and then steal it with a flag. Go ahead and press Y. What's yours is mine is activated. I don't even have a claim flag thing that I could pull up. Awesome. So we'll be right back. Alright, so sad enough to say I could not find a way to finagle using this perk on my single player server. As you can see, there is the old Cyclone pirate ship, and it doesn't let you try to claim those. So I'll most likely be putting an updated video out there. However, I did some research online, and it does seem that it's not that great of a perk. There are people saying that how it works is you go ahead and you activate it. For those 20 seconds you can see in the timer, as long as you're standing near the claim flag that you planted down, it will then double how fast it's going. Now, it's a little weird because you put down the claim flag, you activate the skill and stand next to it, and this time starts ticking by twice as fast. But only for those 20 seconds, because as you can see, now it's gone. Now it's on cooldown for about a minute, about 2 minutes. So then you just sit there for another 2 minutes. And then you activate it once the timer is done. And then it goes by at double speed again, I guess. Again, I'll have to put an updated video out for it, but it seems right now it is not that great of a skill. But by all means, if you are given the opportunity on your official or PvE servers, go ahead and test. First, activate the skill, then plant the flag and see how long it takes. And then try, if that didn't do anything, activate the skill again once you can and see if it increases the time. However, based on what I could find in terms of researching online, it doesn't seem like it's a very worth it skill. However, like I said, I'll put an updated video out. I do believe we went over everything in the tree. So the Piracy tree is full of a bunch of quirky little perks that add a lot of flavor to your character and kind of what he likes to do. In terms of actual functionality, some of them are kind of hit or miss. However, I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys tune in for the next time we go ahead and head over one of the other skills in the Atlas MMO Early Access on Xbox. Hope you guys have a great day.